Hello everybody! I am Super Mario Sonic Lover, and welcome to not really a new LP, but more of a replay, I guess you could call it. I'm going to be doing replays of all of the camera LPs I've done in the past, and revisit them with actual capture card quality, with hopefully better commentary, better recording software, obviously, and all that good stuff. And to start off the replay series, we've got one of my most treasured childhood games of all time, and one of my favourite franchises of all time as well. This is Banjo Kazooie for the N64. What else needs to be said? Let's get into this. Which language would you like to use? Obviously English. Why would I be French or Dutch or whatever? Alright, let's see here. I think this file was back when I did my original playthrough for my channel. I don't know I'm not sure what that one is. I'm just gonna stick with tradition and use the second file, because for some reason I always use the second file in this game. And that was the intro. I know if you watch my original playthrough of this game, you'll know that I did voiceovers for the characters. In this playthrough, I think I'm gonna refrain from doing that because I don't feel it's really necessary. Sure, it was fun to do, and it was a little. There was a little charm to do that. I don't know. It was fun to do, but I feel it will be better if I just stay silent for the characters, because it kind of got irritating after a while. At least in my opinion, it kind of got repetitive at some certain points. I don't know, but that might just be me, but you know. So this is Banjo's house. This is the file select screen, I guess you could say. But also, if you look at this picture, this is a picture of Fungi Forest, which you might remember from Donkey Kong 64. If you have played that anyway. I've seen gameplay of the game. I haven't played it myself yet, but yeah. This game was supposed to originally feature Fungi Forest, which was then moved to DK64. Okay, so this is something I really appreciate. If you are if this is like your first playthrough of the game, or you haven't played the game in a couple of years and you don't remember pretty much anything, you can press A to do the tutorial in Spiral Mountain. However, if you're pretty much a pro at this game, and you know pretty much all the ropes, you can just press B and skip the entire tutorial. And while I'll be skipping quite a bit of dialogue, I think I'm gonna skip it because it wastes quite a bit of time. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip that entirely. So yeah, we have basic jumps, a kinda, I guess you could say it's a flutter jump, except not really. It doesn't really, it's not a double jump because it just keeps you at the same height distance, but it lets you, it's basically a hover move for like a couple of seconds. So yeah, we have these attacks for our basic move. At this I can't talk. At this point of the game, we have very basic moves, so we won't be seeing anything mind-blowing until we actually start the main game here. Because this Spiral Mountain is just the starting point of the game. You have, I believe, 9 worlds in the game, and you know they all have their own collectibles and whatnot. This is pretty much, again, your starting point. Basically shows you all the ropes. There's 6 empty honeycombs here, and I'll get more into detail later, but essentially, empty honeycomb pieces are like, the best description would be that they're like heart pieces, where you collect 6, and then it will create another honeycomb piece for you. Honeycomb pieces act as your health system for this game. At the moment, if I pause, we only have 5 pieces. But by the end of the game, we'll have like 16, I think. So yeah, you want to grab them as soon as you can, as soon as you see them, because they can help out a lot. So this game isn't technically like difficult in terms of a combat perspective. This game is definitely not part. The game's like main part is definitely not the combat or anything like that. Not even really the platforming. That's not really a major part of it. Like, there are some places where you have to be careful, like a small pathway or something like that. But for the most part, you're mostly gonna have to be exploring these worlds and trying to find everything that you can, because you know this game, like Donkey Kong 64, and I guess to some extent Super Mario 64, this is a collectathon. And what a collectathon is, if you're out of the know-how at this point, and if you are, then I feel bad for you, because at this point I feel everyone should know what collectathons at least are, like what you do in them. But okay, have I got the? Yes, okay. Okay, never mind. I thought I missed one. But yeah, the collectathons are essentially you're going through these big worlds, and you have multiple multiple items to collect. In this game you have jiggies, notes, and empty honeycomb pieces. All of them do their own specific things, which I'll get into as we go through the game, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much what a collectathon is. It's like Spyro is a pretty good example of a collectathon, because you have a bunch of gems to collect. The secondary item, like eggs or dragons, stuff like that. Now, Banjo Kazooie expanded on the formula quite drastically, but I'll be getting to that game soon enough. I don't know exactly when, because, well, I'm redoing this game. I don't want to do Tooty too soon after, but I want to at least do it in this year. I'd say around late November. Yeah, late November at the latest, probably. That seems like a good time, because Christmas and, you know, I just feel that will be a good time, because it leaves a pretty decent gap between this and Tooty. And plus, so it leaves a decent gap, and you know. Okay, sorry about that little edit right there. I had a cut because the game, for some reason, decided to crap out on me and freeze. I have no idea why it did that, but we're back now. Though this cartridge is like almost 20 years old now. Oh boy, this cartridge is really old, so I'm not too surprised that it's not the most reliable to use, but still, it works well enough. Like, it works how it's supposed to. It's just the occasional like crash every once in a while. Well, I say once in a while, but you know something funny? A couple years ago, when I first did this game, the same thing happened at pretty much the exact same point. So I don't really know what's up with that. Either way though, we got our first jigsaw piece, or jiggy, as Tooty calls them. I believe they're called jiggies as well in this game, but most people, I believe, call them jiggies, or jigsaw pieces, if I recall. But essentially, jigsaw Jiggies are your main like objective in the game. There are 10 in each level, and they unlock. They pretty much unlock the worlds. You go to a like portrait or whatever. Place some jigsaw pieces in, or jiggies, whatever name you prefer, and you unlock the next world. You don't have to get all the jiggies in order to beat the game. I believe you can get away with missing, let's see, 6, I think. You need to get most of them, obviously, but you can skip at least 6, I believe. Like, if you want to 100% the game, then yeah, you're gonna have to get all of them, obviously, but, you know. Now, these worlds aren't very big to start off with, obviously, but they get much bigger as the game goes by. What I like about this game most is that it has some really unique set pieces. Like you see here, we have Congo the gorilla. He throws his like oranges at us, and you have to do that, and you have to make him throw the oranges at those little switches there, and that will release a jiggy. Yeah, that'll help us go through the witch's lair, which is pretty much our main hub for this game. And now he keeps throwing them, but I'm gonna avoid that from avoid them from getting thrown at us. But what we have to do here is go on there, grab the orange, and then give it to this little monkey. Kind of reminds me of Diddy Kong for some reason, without the Nintendo cap. Cap hat. Is cap an American term? Because I kind of want to say it is. Because from what I've heard, Europeans don't usually say cap. I could be wrong though. But the people I hang around with in like college and whatnot don't really say the word cap. So maybe that's just the people I'm hanging around with. But either way. So yeah, we have bottles around the stage, around the worlds. There's like three of these molehills for this world, and the amount of bottles molehills in the world decreases every time until there's none at all. So yeah, we'll have 3 now. I'm not sure how many molehills are in Treasure Trove Cove, but I kind of want to say there's 2. There's either 2 or 3. I'm not sure. But yeah, what they want us to do here is shoot these eggs at Conga here, and then he'll get mad and throw his little oranges. So yeah, jump. Ah, crackly. Yeah, for some reason my recorder crackles for N64 games sometimes. I don't know why that is, but hopefully it won't be too much of a hassle. Because the last thing I want is for the game to crash a million times. But we're doing pretty well so far. We've already got 3 jiggies. Yeah, this game isn't very big compared to like Tooty. Like, it's big enough. It gets the job done fine. But it really isn't anything too grand. I suppose, like, it's very compact. Like, you have your set pieces, you have your collectibles and whatnot. Have fun. It doesn't really stretch itself out to unnecessary proportions. So it's, compared to Tooty, it's a lot more like what's the word? It's a lot more. I don't want to say user friendly because that's an incorrect term for this kind of thing. How do I say it? I don't know. I'm having a brain fart. But yeah. Now we've got the talent trot, which is pretty much what we're going to be using throughout most of the game now, because it makes you scale tight, like steep hills, and it also makes you a lot faster. So we're going to be using this throughout most of the game. So expect to hear a lot of ha 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 ha. But yeah, these are notes. Yeah, what Bottles was saying there was that we'll break a note door. What note doors are essentially like barriers in the hub world. You go to a door that says like 50 notes. It will have like a sign showing up that says notes and whatnot. That's telling you that you need to find at least 50 or so notes, and then the door will open. That's what the notes do in this game. They are essentially there to open up the hub world more. Yeah, this world only has 3 moves. It starts very basic, it gets more complex later on, but it shouldn't be too much to handle. It only really gets complex in Tooty, where the game really tries hard to, like, again, it expand the formula a lot. Which can be a good or bad thing, depending on what you prefer. If you prefer a more simple experience, you'll enjoy Kazooie more. If you're like me and love a really big open world with like the general formula expanded upon and refined and whatnot, you'll like Tooty more. So yeah, Kazooie is. I love Kazooie just as much as the next guy, but for me, personally, Tooty is one of my favourite games of all time, and rightfully so, because it's like it's like beautifully crafted in like pretty much every aspect. I don't want to say too much now, just because it'll make the eventual Tooty LP pointless if I'm just going to ramble about that game. If I'm just going to be rambling about the sequel. Plus, this is a Kazooie LP, not a Tooty LP, so, you know, I want to keep it, like, relevant. And yeah, I should mention this now. You're probably wondering what's going on with these Jinjo guys. Well, as I just said, they're Jinjos. There are 5 of them in each level, and by getting all five of them, you'll get a Jiggy, so be on the lookout for them. And they're not too hard to find. I found them to be pretty much the. To be honest, I think they're the easiest collectibles to find. Like they make them kind of harder in Tooty, but that's to be expected. Because like these worlds, they're decently sized. Again, they're pretty standard in size. They're not too big, not too small. They're very compact once again, and you know they get the job done. Oh, missed. Okay. So I'm gonna get there with the transformation. All right, I want to actually go over here because we missed something important over here. Because we didn't have the move necessary to do it. So yeah, we go over this way and jump on these little platforms here. Grab some eggs and hit this Gruntilda switch. you'll see one of these in every world, and what it essentially does is release a jiggy in the hub world. And there are 100 jiggies in total. You have 9 worlds, 10 jiggies in each. You have the hub world, which also has 10 jiggies. So yeah, there's 100 in this game. I don't really know why they stuck with 90 for Tooty, but I'm gonna assume it has to do with time constraints. But here we have Mumbo the Shaman or Shaman or however you say that. I don't have enough. Oh, that's a first. Wait. There's usually something up here. That's just eggs. Alright. I don't usually miss one. Oh no, I'm an idiot. It's inside the mountain. I didn't expect it to be here because you can't really do much until you transform in this place, so I was just assuming it wasn't here. So whatever. Oh, fail. Alright. So even Kazooie can't handle this steepness. Like, look at this. Yeah, you can't get up there. No matter how hard you try. Unless you insert some kind of moon jump code. But either way, let's get back to Mumbo. And you're probably wondering about those Mumbo tokens down there. Well, as you see on that little sign there, you have to get the Mumbo tokens in order for Mumbo himself to transform you. He's not in every world of the game, but for the worlds he's in, he transforms you into something different every time. It's like there is an exception for that, but it doesn't necessarily count because it's in the hub world, and the world the transformation is copied off of is right next to it, if that makes sense. If I don't know if I'm clicking any bells or whatever, or ringing any bells, but yeah, it essentially there's a world that has the same transformation as the hub world transformation, but seeing as it's in the hub world, it doesn't matter that much, and they're also right next to each other. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. And with that, we've almost 100%ed this world. One more thing we need to do is jump down here and get that. And now we have 100%ed Spiral Mountain. See, that only took like half an hour. Yeah, these worlds are really not that big. Actually, I don't want to turn back because the hub world jiggy is actually only obtainable by using the termite banjo. If you try this with Banjo and Kazooie, it won't work. So don't even bother trying. Alright, so you jump up here. Jiggy collected. And we can't stay in our transformation for forever. Like, we start going out to the world. Like, getting out of the entrance and whatnot. And the magic starts to get weaker, and then we turn back. So yeah. We should be able to breeze through this game because it really isn't that long. Like, it's decently length, but it's not. It's definitely something you can beat in like in like a weekend if you really know what you're doing. But yeah, notes again, open areas for the hub world.